Welcome to episode 220 of the MailleWerX Chainmail Livestream. My name's Sean. I run MailleWerX.com, where you can find all the chainmail themed apparel and accessories that your heart desires. How is everyone doing tonight? What's going on your Monday? How was work today? What'd you get up to? Right. Move that stuff out of the way. I am getting stuff done. Switch over to the main camera here. Work was work. Yeah, okay. Doesn't sound like the place burnt down, so couldn't have been too terrible. Barb has liked the stream. Thank you for the like, Barb. Work was work. Speaking of work, hi Barb, hi Peg, how are you doing tonight? I have a job interview on Wednesday. I don't know if I'm going to be taking this job, but it does provide me with a little bit of insight to pass information on to my lawyer. So I might take this job for a little bit. We'll see what happens. There's nothing wrong with me taking a job for a little bit. You work from home Mondays and Fridays, so if work burned down today, you wouldn't know until tomorrow. Fair enough, fair enough. Fuzzy kitty on lap hugs. All right. Cats. They're adorable. I will never own one. Ever again. It is the exact same kind of job as what I did before. So, which is perfect. It's exactly what the lawyer I consulted needs to work with in order to move forward with anything. So, I'm going to give him a call tomorrow and let him know. I'm going to go and interview on Wednesday. And I've already talked to the company. And it's interesting. It's interesting. So my company terminated a bunch of nurses because despite any exemption we may have had, keeping us on the payroll would have been a burden to them. Throwing rings already. Spent an insane amount of money today too. Had to replace your toe. Oh no, that's no good. Slice up some more leather tonight for more dragon heads. Fighting with your internet sucking. Riddled with lag. How's folks doing? Well, it's not coming from this end. We are doing good. I hope you get that internet fixed. Having bad internet sucks. Yeah, John made a little dragon head. It's pretty cool. So the company I previously worked for terminated a bunch of nurses for regardless of exemption status. And the company, and they stated that it would be too much of a burden on the company. The company I'm going to go and interview for has the same regulations that my previous employer had to follow, but they got around it by doing the weekly testing, right? And that's all they have to do. Is it wrong that you really wanted to do a last-minute goodbye piss in the old pink porcelain? I don't think it's wrong. When you get a comfortable toilet, man, I tell you what, there's just not a lot that's much better than that. You missed the dragon head? I don't know if he's posted it online. I don't know. So anyway, I think if I go to the lawyer I've consulted with and say, you know, it wasn't burdensome of them to pay $5 to test everyone, you know, for until this crap goes away. And I think that they wrongfully terminated people. The new one has an insanely quick flush. I was at the border between the United States and Canada at a what do you call them? A stop on the side of the road, right? And the toilets there at this particular rest station sounded like jet engines when you flushed them. It was the craziest thing. I was on a choir trip with school in high school, and we had just gotten done visiting Victoria, Canada, Victoria. So we were on our way back to Seattle and then home. We might have been heading directly home at that point. I don't remember. It's been a long time. I don't know if we hit Seattle first or not. Will John be posting pics? Rest stop toilets contend with 300-pound truckers. Don't want that backing up. Fair enough. So yeah. So the company I'm going to interview with, all they do is just a weekly test. And my previous employer said that was too burdensome. So I think that that's going to have to be something that they prove in court, that, you know, a $5 test in order to continue the healthcare of their patients, and to retain their staff is not an overburdensome ordeal. Hell, I would have had $5 taken out of my paycheck every week. Right? Like, if I had to pay for it or just go buy the test myself. What is this creepy music? You did it on your TikTok. Not sure if you will in the mail group, as it's not 100% mail, but may when you have a pile to guard your hoard with. You don't think your toilet's going to be backing up anytime soon? That's good. That's good. You don't want that. You don't have TikTok? You don't have TikTok? What? I thought all the cool kids were on there. I barely have one. I've made a couple videos, but with all the stuff that is nearing completion, that has consumed my time, so I've not had time to make more videos. I do plan on making more. It's an interesting platform with a lot of reach to it. Downside to them power flushes, when it does back up, sprays all the bathroom. Make sure you keep the seat down. Ooh. Yeah. There's a lot of toilet talk going on in here tonight. Jay Soto has liked the stream. Thank you for the like, Jay. Appreciate it. You have Facebook and YouTube. Is enough time wasted on your phone? 100%. I mean, either you do follow the Bacon Kid, but you have to punch in his name when you want to see if he's posted anything new. Yep. It's a good way to waste an hour. It really is. So, as many of you know, the apps are published. They're up on Apple. They're up on Google, right? They are good to go. And I was finishing up some back-end stuff, right? Like there's a text color on the login page that is black, and it's a darker background, and so you can't really see it. So I need to change the text color. I gotta do that. And then I was testing the push notification feature that allows me to send out notifications to anyone who has set it up to receive notifications. So I was testing that, and it did not work. Can we blame the conversation on Peg's potty mouth? You saw your hiking boots today? You know what your next pair of shoes is going to be? Whose hiking boots? Blame you for the toilet talk? Yeah, so I spent the day fighting with trying to get that notification feature set up, so that was a huge waste of time because it's still not working and I don't know what's wrong. So that's awesome. The hiking boots on the hiking boots on my website. Yeah, so those are really nice. I'm gonna be adding a lot more of those, I think. I've got to get, like, I'm almost to the point where I'm gonna try and do like one design a week. You're gonna brush your teeth real good to get rid of the potty mouth. That's gonna be my goal. One design a week, and then we'll go from there. We'll see if I can maintain that. That seems reasonable. One design a week and then like one product a day, because it takes, just to get one product set up to run smoothly, takes a ton of work. It's ridiculous. So, but yeah, those that one pair, that lonely pair of boots we have up. What do you think of the layout of the, what do you think of the new layout? I think it's better than the old one. So the new layout is done. The new designs are done. The apps are done. The product descriptions should all be up. Everything is up on Etsy right now as well, and updated there and good to go. And what else? Just like everything I've been working on for the past 2 or 3 months. Hey, Jamaican? I'm making a coif. Trying to, anyway. Think it's better than what you had, nice and clean? Okay, good. That is perfect. That's what I want to hear. There's an opening to this. Yeah, the other one was too cluttered. It really was. Where's the center of this? There it is. Oh, Lady of the Lake, what do you wish of me? You'll have to go check the new design. Please do, please do. Go check out the new store. Lots of stuff coming soon. Hopefully. I think. Like, that's the whole point of the last 2 months, is for me to get to a point where everything was cleaned up, all the housekeeping was done, right? It's good to go. And I can focus on designing stuff and coming up with new products and new stuff for people to enjoy. And bring us more shrubbery. I haven't watched that movie in forever. One new follower. Stoico something. Thank you for the follow. Couldn't catch the name. It disappeared before I could read it. That's one of the ones that will just live on for forever. It's a great movie. Ditto, but you still understand the reference? We are the knights who say nee. What is the other word that they use? We are the knights who say, "Coming up on me, ha, whoop, whoop," something. It has been too long. I just know it's really weird. Trying to think. Like there's two more housekeeping issues I want to take care of, and then that'll be we got the keeps of the sacred word ni peng and ni wum. We can just do Monty Python quotes for the rest of the night. I'll probably get not a demonetization, but like Facebook won't show the stream because I said lines from that movie. We have now the knights who say "Iki iki iki pekang zoom boingum zawaza." Sorry for my poor imitation. Thank you, John. Is it time to work in "'Tis but a flesh wound"? Well, next time I stab myself with my pliers. Because that'll happen again. Probably not with this ring size, though. This is fairly soft stuff. Here's why you have a white rabbit with your Chardonnay Royal. I fought in your general direction. Your mother was a hamster and your father smelled of elderberries. Now, there's someone explained to me the hamster elderberries joke. Or maybe it was probably in like a Facebook meme, right? And apparently that's a real insult. Your mother was a hamster and your father smelled of elderberries. And it's because, or what it means is that your mother had a lot of kids, and, you know, not all by the same guy. And so he's calling his mom promiscuous, you know, because hamsters they don't have lifelong partners and they have a lot of kids. And then your father smelt of elderberries, it means that he drinks a lot of elderberry wine, and so it means that your father was a drunk. 4 shalt thou count, neither count thou 2. 4 shalt thou not count, neither count thou 2, excepting that thou then proceed to 3. 5 is right out. Once the number 3, being the third number, be reached, then lobbest thou thy holy hand grenade of Antioch towards thy foe, who being not in my sight shall snuff it. The holy hand grenade of Antioch. So all these years, I just thought that your mother was a hamster, your father smelled elderberries was just a, you know, like a childish insult. But to then stumble across that it actually meant something. Mind blown. On your rimroll game, someone modded the holy hand grenade. Nice. Yeah. Like pocket full of posies. Was that a plague reference? And then ashes, ashes, we all fall down. So dark for a kid's rhyme. Yeah. Yep. Hey, I never knew as a kid. I just thought it was a fun poem to say. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like, I feel lucky, right? So I got a chance to take basically what was a 2-month break. I'm possibly starting up a new job. We'll see how they feel about me on Wednesday. And that allowed me the time to get all this stuff caught up. Has anybody watched the new series of Flight Attendant with Kaylee Cuoco? No, I don't know who Kaylee Cuoco is. I have not seen The Flight Attendant. What platform is it on? Penny from The Big Bang Theory? Oh, okay. I know who that is, but only by reference. Big Bang Theory was never a show I watched. Crave TV. It'd be one of those ones like Peacock or Hulu. I barely watch anything as it is. I wish I had time to watch stuff. I'll get there one day. But for a long time I had that, okay, I can't just sit and watch a movie. I have to be doing something. You watched the first couple of years of Big Bang Theory? Was funny. It's awesome, but also disturbing. So opposite of her Penny character. Interesting. I thought that what I saw of the Big Bang Theory, it was like that 70s show style humor with science jokes. And I was never, when I was deployed, the little shopette that they had a couple seasons of that 70s show. And so I bought a couple DVD sets because I had a computer and that was all there was to do when you weren't working. There was when the Big Bang Theory came out and got popular, I don't even think I had cable at that time. Third Rock from the Sun's a great show. I would love to go back and watch that. You just finished watching The Boys? Yeah. I really enjoyed the first season of that, and it's one of those that I've been meaning to go back, watch the first season, and then go and watch the rest of what's come out. I haven't managed to keep up with it. But the one the one series that I started watching and was able to finish while I was deployed was The Sopranos. Right? James Gandolfini plays the Italian mob boss. It's a great TV series. You also have your hands busy when the TV is active? I don't anymore, but I'm always sitting there thinking I should be doing something else. The second season of The Boys is better, darker. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty... I love the premise. Corporate-controlled superheroes, 100%. And they use drugs to get their powers, or to enhance their powers, or unlock their powers, or whatever it was. I need to go back and watch that. And I think I still need to finish the... Book of Boba Fett. I don't think I finished that. It's like I realize that it's kind of stale to make Star Wars stuff after how much Star Wars we have been inundated with and how much of it was questionable. But I really think that like The Mandalorian and what I've seen of the Book of Boba Fett has been pretty solid so far. Like, I've enjoyed it. And I'm one of the types of people that I don't care what I'm watching as long as, you know, lights are down a little bit, no one's talking, I can immerse myself into the experience, right? And if I'm watching something where I can't sit and get absorbed into the show, then I have to stop watching it. But The Mandalorian was one that it's like, oh, it's over. Holy crap. Let me get back to reality here for a minute. Click next episode. I think it's part of the reason why I have a hard time watching stuff is because, you know, my kid's back and forth all the time, and I can't sit down and get comfortable to watch something. All right, Kevin, have a good night. Thanks for hanging out. Do appreciate you being here. Go check out the new website. Let me know what you think. If you like it, if you don't like it, tell me. Download the app. Tell me what you think. It's almost ready for me to... I haven't posted it to social media at all. But it's so close. It's been so close for a month now. It's almost there. Yeah, took 2 months off and got a lot of stuff done to work on this. I don't want to go back to work, but I'm not in a position not to yet. I will be, so if I have to go back to work for a little bit, that's fine. Baxter, get upstairs. Go on. I left the door to the basement open and my dog is down here. And he wants a COO K-I-E. He has been fed. He has been let out. He is fine. He wants to come down here and bag. And usually during the day he comes down here to let me know he's got to step outside for a minute. But he was just outside. Oh, that ring is trash. It was sixed before I even picked it up. Dogs do that. They bag, yeah. Well, this one's getting worse. After our older dog passed away last year, he has become a notorious beggar. So, he never used to come up to the table at all. And my son's gotten a little older, so now he knows that he can sneak the dog a little snack off the table. So he'll just come up, hang out by my kid, just wait, you know. My kid will see him. And try to sneak him something. They don't call them puppy dog eyes for nothing. No, and he is the worst. Cats beg too, though, especially when you go in the kitchen. Yeah. Oh. Ow. I don't know if I got a piece of metal in my eye or what. Good thing I rubbed it, you know. Make sure that metal gets ingrained in there. That wasn't dumb at all. Thank you. So what is up next? Once I finish all this stuff, I think that there's just more projects to get done, right? There's 2 websites I want to build out. Stuff I'd like to start doing, like interviewing people like I've mentioned before. I want to have a dedicated space for that. And I got to figure all of that out. So I don't know how much time I can dedicate to doing that. But I think that it is just kind of an evolutionary step. You know? Like, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me, I really do. And I don't want the whole interviewing other crafters thing to overtake what I do already. But, you know, just add it as something additional as a way to introduce people to other topics, help support people in our community, stuff like that. So that's one of my next goals, is to get that going. here's a question. If I do go to an interview, I'm not planning on, like, I'll trim up my beard a little bit, but, you know, just around the edges. I'm keeping it long for the most part, and just gonna continue to grow it out. I think that, you know, because what happens if I don't get the job? I'm not trimming my beard in case I don't get it. Right? Alright, Barb, have a good night. Thanks for hanging out. I do appreciate you being here and everything you do. But I'm going to go get cleaned up. I need to go get a haircut. Just trim my beard up around the edges and put a nice shirt on and a smile on my face and a skip in my step. It's interesting. I'm usually a little nervous before I go in for a job. The last couple job interviews I've had, I haven't really been nervous. You don't have to worry about your beard being too wild and woolly. I remember a time when I was working at the jail, during the riots that we had here, some of the wonderful people that bust in from Portland, one of the girls that was with them had quite the beard growing, right? And she was young, right? Like maybe 30. It's a different kind of people out there. And she screamed the entire time when I was down in the intake room where they bring everybody in. Screamed the whole time. I'm sure she continued to scream after that. But the next time I went down there a couple hours later, she was either had been processed or had been let go. I don't know. But yeah, it was interesting. It was quite the beard for a young lady. And I realized that as, you know, people age, they get more body hair. They do. It's just a fact. But I don't understand. I'm trying to compare, like, what is something like that a guy would do? You know? Grow his ear hair out or something? Competitive ear hair growth competitions? It's like, I get that it happens, right? But I don't understand letting it get out, you know, to where you look like a goat. But yeah, I'm usually a little nervous for job interviews. Haven't been the last several. Not nervous for this one. And this one's also different because I'm not going in to get a job, right? If I get the job, which I think that I might have to, right? I'm not in a position where I can just not work yet. Right, like I said earlier. But I'm going in there to discuss with them, you know, what their whole procedure is and why they can accept people's medical and religious exemptions, but my company couldn't, right? So I have no, like, I'm not going to go in there and be rude or obtuse or anything. You need to keep yours trimmed or it likes to catch fire. Nice. Probably a good reason. And so it's interesting, right? The way I'd normally feel about the job, I would want a job. I would want to go and interview and be successful at interviewing and convincing someone to hire me. But this is just like, whatever. If you don't hire me, I, file another unemployment claim and I'll go from there. But the lady I talked to seemed to like me, and we had a decent conversation beforehand, and so I am fairly certain that I will interview well. It's been over a decade since you had to do an interview. We wonder if I still remember how. Yeah, right. At this point, like, I understand why the interview process exists. You don't want to hire an obvious crazy person. Maybe I've just done so many of them. I'm just like, yeah, whatever. Let's just get this part out of the way. So, and an interesting thing about this is that this is different than my last employer. It's a salary position, so they have a number of expected visits per week, and they want to keep you around a certain number of visits. And if you go like over 30 visits, they will pay you more. But other than that, right? If you go less, if you have less visits than what they require, then you're good. You're good to go. You get paid regardless. So I thought that was interesting. It was my last company. I had to justify my time. They were trying to expand down here, but they never had a real high patient quota. So I was always being sent off to far distant lands like Lake Geneva and Whitewater, and Speaking of Lake Geneva, so what is this place called? Like, it's like the Gremlin and Gargoyle or something. Gary Gygax, the guy that invented Dungeons and Dragons, lived in Lake Geneva, and it's about an hour from my house. And I've been out there and seen his little memorial plaque in there. I saw the start of the Dungeons and Dragons room that they're putting up in the local museum there. I think it's actually gotten approval, gotten funded, and that they should have some stuff up, right? So I'm gonna go out there and go to the museum portion of it. It's a nice little museum, a lot of cool stuff. But they're building a Dungeons and Dragons themed restaurant, or a fantasy themed restaurant out there, right? And I think it's called like the Bell and Cauldron, or the the Orc and the Tulip or something. I don't know. I don't remember what it's called. It looks like a castle, and it's a restaurant inside, and you best believe your ass that as soon as it's open, I'm going. Yeah. So, and I think everything's moving forward with the project to build it out there, so I'm excited. There was a beer house, or a beer garden down in San Antonio that had high back chairs like thrones and stone all around, oak countertops at the bar. Just a real cool looking place. And it wasn't like medieval themed or anything, but it was just cool. I would love to go enjoy the ambiance of something like that again. Should wear mail pouches for your wallet and cell to show off too. Yeah, actually, there was someone who, I I saw in the comment section is they were like, do you need any chainmail? And they're like, yeah, talk to this person, you know. I don't know who that person was, but the Griffin and Gargoyle is a planned 350 seat restaurant. 350 seats. That's pretty big. So, and Lake Geneva's a tourist town. It's fun. Haven't been out there in a while. There's a safari I want to take my kid to, kind of halfway out there. We should do that. Once the weather gets better, just go out to Lake Geneva for a day again. Rent a car and drive around. They have like these little 2-seater cars you can rent and ride. And then they have this classic car rental place. You can rent a classic car. Like a Cadillac and a Mustang. And a lot of little touristy stuff to do. I had a patient out there and I was out there like 3 times a week. Until that patient, I walked into her house and found her like slumped halfway out of her chair, and I don't know how long she'd been. Holy crap! An immersive fantasy themed restaurant will open the birthplace of Dungeons and Dragons, home of the Gary Gygax, co-creators of Dungeons and Dragons, headquarters regional D&D publisher TSR, actors portray various characters. The story unfolding over the course of the meal. So it's like a themed dinner. Okay. It's like a medieval times kind of setup. Nice. Like, if there were themed places like that that I could go to, I don't know, say like the Hobbit homes in New Zealand or this Griffin and Gargoyle, I would go to them. I will probably never go to New Zealand though. Just because, unless I take a boat. I'd take a boat to New Zealand. I'm not flying anywhere. Actually, that's not true. Oh shit. I just realized something. I'm a terrible person. Terrible, horrible, no good person. What time is it? 9:48. Okay. Now you really want to go? They have a 2-year wait. Do they already have a 2-year wait? Like, are they signing people up? That's some bullshit. I bet that once they're open, most of the people that signed up won't be able to go. I'm gonna bet that because they're from like all over the country. I'll be pissed if I have to wait 2 years. Someone. Oh yeah, I did hear about that. So instead of going to New Zealand, I'll go to that one here in Wisconsin. I need to find more stuff to do this summer. What is the, no, they don't already have a waiting list, just commenting on. Oh, okay, they'll be open in 2024. Okay, good, good, good. Yeah. That would be a fun thing to go and do. And just get dressed up and go. Alright, so here's why I'm a bad person. Today is my grandmother's 90th birthday, and I completely forgot to call her today. I knew her birthday was in April. I didn't realize she was turning 90. I feel horrible for not making it out to Idaho. And when we talked about flying, that made me remember that I have a trip. My brother's coming home in the last part of the summer, and I've got to get out there, and we are flying out there. So I have got to call my grandmother after this because I am a bad grandson and she is a wonderful woman who deserves everything in the world. Especially to be getting a happy birthday on her 90th birthday when I didn't even. I'm terrible about stuff like this. I really am. Yeah, I would like to hit up the Dells this summer. There's this place called House in the Rock somewhere in Wisconsin. I would like to go there. And I'm sure there's other stuff to do. Hobbiton would be cool. This restaurant would be cool. Just going to Lake Geneva is fun. Been there. It's a great place to go in the fall when all the colors are out. The House on the Rock. Or the House in the Rock or something. Gotcha. Yeah, you know? I think my brother-in-law was telling me about it. I don't know. I don't remember. Or I looked it up. I did look up, like, travel destinations. Places to go, things to do. And then, of course, the Bristol Renaissance Fair. Gotta go to that. Old World, Wisconsin, and Cave of the Mountains are a good place to see in the state. Old World, Wisconsin was closed the last time I looked up going to it. And I have only ever heard of Cave in the Mounds. Read about it in a travel destination blog. I just, you know, I mean, I'm here, I'm in Wisconsin, I gotta make the best of it. The lack of vitamin D is addressed, and so I am definitely feeling better than I have in years gone past, where I didn't want to do anything and didn't want to go anywhere and didn't realize that 9 months out of the year I was just miserable because I didn't see the sun. So, but now I would like to go and do something. We almost, sure, when we start here, we almost made it halfway around. That's pretty good work. This is going to be one of those, I don't know how many rings are in it, because I'm not going to count them up things. You're looking at hiking the Kettle Moraine area this summer? Got a couple of places on your wish list? Nice. Where is, like, what region of Wisconsin is that? Or is that, you know, where in the world is that? North Waukesha County. Okay. Alright, well, I tell you what. What time is it? A couple more minutes. We got a lot done tonight. I know it doesn't feel like it as we go round and round on this project, but there is actual stuff getting done. You know? So I'm looking at this and I'm looking at how it lays on my head, and I'm wondering if starting out with 8 smaller hexagons would make it. Hold my head still. Pull this side. There. Right. We're here, and we're just down here. So, I'm wondering if an 8 point with a smaller triangles, so 8 triangles instead of 6, would lay a little flatter. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know what I'm doing. We're just testing stuff out. We're just doing stuff to do it. It's all experimental until it works. So maybe on my next one, if I ever make another one of these again, I don't see why not. Gotta make my zombie protection suit, right? It's like a fine mesh of small welded rings. I really think that a Neptunic shark suit is probably one of the better defenses in a zombie outbreak. It's like, you know, all you gotta do to take it from a shark suit to a zombie suit is change out the patches. You know? Cover the shark up with a biohazard emblem. Bam. Zombie suit. Fluid is still an issue in Maille. So are we assuming that, like, the virus can be spread via spittle or blood? Same as every other pathogen. I'm not saying it's perfect, but it would be pretty good for not getting bit. Makes me want to go watch, oh, what is that movie? Oh my gosh. Not World War Z. Which was a great book. World War Z was a great book. Movie adaptation was terrible. It's still fun to watch, but it was the one with the British guys And they're like roommates. And they go to the Winchester to have a pint. Shaun of the Dead. Thank you. How could I forget that? Right. There's another. Let's see here. There was several movies that they did that I enjoyed. I will have to reflect on that. So there's one where he plays a therapist. He's like a psychologist or a psychiatrist or something, and he takes a break. He goes. Someone accuses him of not having any real world experience, and he goes on this trip, and he gets kidnapped and beat up and robbed, and it's a good movie. I'll have to think about what the name is. Anyway, alrighty guys, got a lot done tonight. I think we went about halfway around. So we only have this section to go to finish this row. Progress, little by little. It's getting better. We're gonna run out of rings, so I'll have to order more, but that's what it is. Can't let that stop you unless you're out of money. So, all right. Excuse me. This is what, like night 3 of working on a coif. We might take a break from this for a little bit. Work on something else for a while. But it's getting there. We'll get it done eventually. You are all familiar with how this works. Every project takes forever and doesn't get done until it's done. So, I'm going to try and go get a haircut tomorrow. I might, look a little svelter in tomorrow night's stream. But I will be back tomorrow night, 9 to 10, Sunday through Thursday. Be sure to check out the new website. Let me know what you think. See if I'm missing anything, or if there, something's horribly wrong with it. And yeah, download the app. Tell me what you think. And other than that, you all have a wonderful evening. All right, I'm gonna go call my grandma and wish her happy birthday because I'm a terrible grandson. You guys all have a good night. Where's my end button? Come here, end button. I'd hotkey it, but it's like the microphone, right? I'd always forget to press it or turn it on. Anyway. All right, you guys have a good night. Bye.